Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another video, and today I just got some miscellaneous kind of customs to show off. Miscellaneous non-Lego customs, that is. So yeah, I got some Amiibos and some other things that aren't Amiibos, but yeah, so let's go over the Amiibos first, because those are the most, I would say, basic out of all of them. And these are mostly all paint jobs. There's been no additional sculpting to a lot of these, so these are just kind of me painting things that I feel like, painting over. So let's go over the first few. So first off, I'm just wondering, I'll show off Enderman first, because yeah, I got the Steve and Alex Amiibo pack, and I thought, you know what, this would be perfect, as they did Steve and Alex, but they didn't do the Enderman and Zombie, which are also, in the game. So that's what I decided to do, and I want it focused on my Enderman. It's like the biggest thing on screen. It's like, okay, there you go. This is my Enderman, the simpler of the two, and I'm actually really happy with it. So first off, I got the Alex Amiibo because it has the thinner arms, not quite as thin as the Enderman in game, but it's thinner than Steve, so it kind of looks a bit more accurate. Then just painted all black, painted the eyes with, and it's actually quite. I thought it'd be hard to trace over with it to make it look super cubular, but it was actually pretty easy because all you have to do is really trace over the original eyes and extend it over one. Because the Alex's eyes are 2 blocks, and then you just have to extend another block to make it the same size of the eyes of the Enderman. So yeah, and it's pretty simple. And something cool I did is after I painted all black, I noticed the Enderman kind of has some variety to it. So instead of it doing in separate shades of gray, sorry, I got something in my throat. Instead of doing it like that, what I did is actually I went over with this gloss. So I have this kind of like gloss stuff, right? I went over with that, and I painted little cubes and whatnot with gloss, so you get some variety. It looks a bit too shiny at certain angles, but I think when you're just having it like this, adds that subtle little bit of variety, and I think it just looks really good. Maybe it would have been better just plain black, but I don't know. But I really like this. I didn't do it all the way around, so I didn't do it on the back, but I did do it on the side and the head, and I think, no, I didn't do it on the top of the head, but yeah, that is my Enderman. So yeah, and if I get another Steve and Alex, I can display all of the Minecraft skin. He just blends right into the background. Alright, next up we have Zombie. This one's actually was also pretty easy because Zombie has the same outfit, right? Okay. I'm gonna flip this base upside down to display this guy. Oh, will this work better? Yeah, so the Zombie has the exact same outfit as Steve, but it's a zombie. So all I did is I painted over the skin with various different shades of green, and that was basically it. Just went over the arm with this kind of light, all skin with this lighter green. Mixed it up with a slightly darker shade to create these little bits like you see in the head, right? And just basically trace over where that little piece of beard is. Even the darkest shade was for the hair and that little goatee, a slightly darker shade for the nose, and all black for the eyes, and that was basically it. The only thing I don't like about this custom is you can see I really need to get a new dark brown paint. Dark green paint, because my current dark green, hold up, focus, is rather bumpy. Like you see it, the paint on the head has quite a bit of texture to it, but the other paint is quite smooth, so I don't like that. So I do need to get a new paint, but overall I do like it. I did try to, like I said, mix my my dark green with a lighter green to hopefully smooth down the paint. Didn't work super well, but yeah, there's a thought in there. So yeah, that is my Zombie. And yeah, there you go. Alright, now on to all of the non-Amiibo customs we got going on. Which one do I want to show off first? So this is very similar to the last Pop Funko showcase, because I have like one like really bloody character and then one Thanos. So I'm going to show off the bloody character first. here I made a custom paint job for this Doom Slayer little action figure. Found this dude online because I was going through GameStop and I noticed that they had they didn't have this guy. They had a little Doom trophy. If you don't own Doom, you unlock little collectibles and they're in the form of these little toys. And I found one of the demons. I'm like, this is actually really cool. So I looked it up and they had a Doom Slayer, so I got it. And then I decided just to repaint it and just kind of give it a better paint job. So you can see here, I'm really happy how this turns out. I wish I had a side by side to show you how it originally looked, but let's get a full 360. Let's get a look at the back. But yeah, so first off, when I started, I painted over the flesh color because the flesh color originally was uneven. Like this one was darker than that one because they probably had a base plastic that was brown and base plastic green, and it made it look off. So I painted over that with first the darker kind of shade, and then slowly put in the lighter kind of shade of skin tone. Then what I did after that is I gave the whole thing a black wash. So I just got black paint, watered it down, a little bit of brown mixed in, and gave it a wash all over. And it made it look really grimy, right? Then once I had it grimy, then I went over with highlights. So like this green, I went over like highlights with a lighter green and whatnot. Brown, add more brown, and there's still the gray parts. Add a little bit of silver to it, and yeah, I think it creates this really nice look that I'm extremely happy with. Then obviously, and then also the glass panel. I am really happy how that looked. Originally just one shade of blue. I went with the darker shade on the outside, and kind of faded that in, lighter shade on the inside, and then these like little streaks here. And then went over this little thing with a bit of gloss, and yeah, that just looks really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Then, also the final thing you notice is there's a lot of blood on this guy. Oh, also I added the mark of the Slayer on the top, which it originally didn't have, and then a lot of blood. So gave this fist a good amount of blood. This arm is posable, however, when you pose this arm, this little thing gets unlodged and it's kind of weird. But yeah, so like I said, a lot of blood where I went in with the dark shade of blood. No, sorry, dark shade of red, and then a little bit with the lighter shade, so it gets a bit lighter towards the areas with more blood. So you see blood there, a little bit of blood dripping out there. Maybe that's his own, maybe it's a demon. I don't know. This arm is posable, and I can show you. So like I said, you got the blade, a lot of blood, like he's just been punching in a whole bunch of demons. Some splatters throughout. Then went over some of the more deeper parts of blood with a bit of gloss to kind of get it that bloody feel, and then also try to make it look like he was just stomping in a demon with some more blood on the boots. And I'm really happy how this guy turns out. Oh, also this little thing, this gun is posable. I like that. I like how you can pose. Like this guy's pretty poseable. Like it's basic. Like the legs, you kind of just gonna go out like that and go back in. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. Like I said, I got this guy for my birthday. I'm like, I want to paint him, so I did paint him. Last, but certainly not least, as I mentioned, I have a Thanos I painted. So let's show off the Thanos I painted. And my God, I am really proud of this. I think this just looks really cool. First off, like I said, this was 3D printed. So I printed this, and this model was made by this guy. Oh, what was that? An Pistaman Inc. or whatever. I don't know, but this guy has So I remember I went to Thingiverse, which is a site for 3D models, and I just looked up busts. I wanted to find because I know the Black Panther bust is coming out soon. Like, can I get a better bust? For cheaper. So I'm like, I looked up busts, and I found this guy, and he made a whole bunch. He made a really good Batman one. He made a really good Deadpool one, and then I found this Thanos one. I'm like, that is extremely just accurate. Like some of the other ones, he takes a little bit of creative liberties, but when I saw this model, I'm like, that's just Thanos. So I took the model and I downscaled it because it was actually very big. I would have taken up my entire 3D printer. It would have taken up a crap load of time. But yeah, So that's what I did. I downscaled to this is 70%, um, compared to the original model. This is 70% as big. And yeah, so first off, the base, I did add some Infinity Stones because he did add these little holes in the base. And yeah, so I colored it like the Infinity Stone. So you got the Power Stone, the Space Stone, Reality, Mind, Time, and no, wait, hold up. Soul, Mind, and Time. No, Soul, Time, Mind. Okay. Damn, I got that wrong. The entire base is gold. So I first went over this with a gold primer because there's a lot of gold in this guy. So all the gold you see actually on the chest, see how it's a different shade than this gold, because that's all from the gold primer, which is this shade of gold, which is quite not as vibrant as this shade of gold. But like I said, I just painted over all of this with a brighter shade of gold, kind of make it pop a bit more. Okay, and the first thing you obviously notice is the I added a lot of artificial lighting. I've been seeing on, okay, I know Instagram is hella cringe, but I was seeing tons and tons of these like Goku models or whatever, Dragon Ball Z, where they do all this artificial lighting, and it looks really cool, and I wanted to do that again. I know I kind of did that with my comic book style Thanos, but this is a little bit different because it's slightly more realistic looking. So let me turn off that light to give you a better look at how it looks. But see here, like I said, this side just looks so much darker than this side because that's intentional. This is actually painted to be darker. So it's, like I said, it's supposed to cause this artificial lighting where this side looks lighter than this side, and you can see that there, and I'm really happy how that looked. And I think I got that feeling across, and like that face is just super accurate. The printing and the print quality actually turned out really good. The only thing is, like, towards the top you can kind of see print layers, but the paint kind of hides all that, which I was really happy with. And yeah, that is my thing. So you can see here, there's tons of just like really bright highlights, and here it's really dark. So yeah, so let's get a good look at that. But yeah, this guy, how am I supposed to show this guy in the thumbnail? It's going to be kind of difficult. But yeah, that is my Thanos paint job I did. Here, maybe I can move these guys. But yeah, that's all the things I have for this video. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe. Any other things you would like me to paint, like, any other miscellaneous ideas, please leave them below. And y'all have a nice rest of the day, and I'll see y'all next. I'll go watch the 2011 from Rango. Alright, see ya. Ciao. Bye-bye.